In 2011, Roy Baumeister published a study that changed psychology for an entire decade. So, his claim was simple. Willpower works like a muscle. Use it. It gets tired. Rest. It comes back. Clean, intuitive, easy to sell. Millions of people rebuilt their lives around this idea. Early alarms, cold showers, habit trackers, vision boards. The whole thing. And then, in 2021, 23 independent laboratories tried to reproduce his findings. 23. Mantam ke indas. They found nothing. No evidence, the effect wasn't there. 10 years, millions of people, and the foundation was just gone. Now, I want you to think about something for a second. How many times have you started over? Monday, January 1st. After the vacation, after this project wraps up, you set the alarm, you wrote the plan, you meant it, genuinely meant it this time. And it worked for maybe a week, maybe two. And then life happened. And you slipped, and somewhere in the back of your mind a little voice said, "See? You knew you couldn't do it." I've talked to a lot of people about this, and the thing that gets me every time, it's not that they gave up, it's that they blamed themselves. Like the problem was something broken inside them, some missing piece that other people just have. That voice is wrong. And I want to spend the next few minutes showing you why. Before we go any further, if this kind of conversation is useful to you, hit subscribe. The next video breaks another myth. This one about early mornings and whether waking up at 5 actually does anything for your productivity. Short answer, it depends, and probably not in the way you think. But let's stay here for now, because I want to talk about what discipline actually is, not what it looks like on someone's Instagram. What it actually is, mechanically, inside your brain. Most people think of discipline as a character trait. You either have it or you don't. Some people were just built differently, more focused, more driven, better at saying no. Neuroscience disagrees. Pretty strongly, actually. Discipline isn't a trait. It's a strategy. Specifically, it's a strategy for managing your environment. Let me show you what I mean. Your brain has two systems that are constantly in conversation with each other. The prefrontal cortex. This is the rational part, the part that plans, weighs options, thinks about next week, next year. This is what we usually mean when we say willpower. It's deliberate, it's slow, it's thoughtful. And it is expensive. It runs on glucose. It fatigues. When you're tired, when you're stressed, when you skipped lunch, it starts to go offline. Not metaphorically, literally. Blood flow shifts, activity drops. And when that happens, the other system takes over. The limbic system, ancient, fast, automatic. It doesn't care about your goals. It cares about now. It cares about what feels good, what relieves tension, what you've always done in this situation before. That's why you eat the thing you said you wouldn't eat at 10 p.m. when you're exhausted. That's why you pick up the phone at midnight. That's not weakness. That's not a character flaw. That is the architecture of a human brain.
Now here's where it gets interesting. The people we think of as disciplined, the ones who seem to have it all figured out, Warren Buffett, Obama, Zuckerberg, they're not running on stronger willpower than you. They've just figured out a trick that most people never learn. They eliminate decisions. Buffett eats the same breakfast every day. He's talked about this. Same thing every morning, without thinking. Obama wore basically the same suit. He talked about decision fatigue openly. Zuckerberg, same gray t-shirt famously. These aren't quirks. These are systems. Every decision you make, even a tiny one, even what to eat, what to wear, whether to check your email now or in an hour, costs something. It draws from the same pool of resources your prefrontal cortex uses to do everything else. So, the people who seem most disciplined aren't the ones fighting hardest. They're the ones who've engineered their lives so they have to fight the least. Fewer decisions. More resource left over for what actually matters. Okay, I want you to breathe for a second, because this is the part I really want to land. You have not been failing because something is wrong with you. You've been failing because you've been playing the game wrong. You've been told the goal is to win every battle, to white-knuckle your way through every temptation, every moment of weakness, every time your brain says, just this once. That's exhausting, and it doesn't work. The research is pretty clear on this. The people who actually change their behavior long-term, they don't win more battles. They have fewer battles because they change the terrain. Put your running shoes next to your bed the night before. That's not a small thing. That's removing a decision from the morning when your willpower is still half asleep. Take the phone charger out of the bedroom. Put the fruit on the counter instead of in the drawer. Make the healthy choice the path of least resistance. Don't fight yourself. Redesign the field. That is what discipline actually looks like. Not force, architecture. So here's the one thing I want you to try this week. Pick one habit. Just one. Something you've been trying to build, or something you've been trying to stop. And instead of asking yourself, how do I make myself do this? Ask, what would I need to change in my environment so this just happens? What would I need to remove, add, rearrange, so that the right choice is also the easy choice? One change, one element, this week, and just notice what happens. If this resonated, I'll see you in the next one. We're going to talk about week 3, because that's when almost everyone quits. Not week 1, not week 2, week 3. There's a specific reason for it, and once you understand it, you won't be caught off guard by it again. It's not about motivation. It's still about architecture. See you there.